lot of drummers think that their toms can only be used in the fills. Well, that's untrue. You can come up with a lot of neat beats on the toms. Take a look at the provided sheet music. You can see exercise 1, my right hand is on the floor tom playing straight eighth notes. Then my left hand is on the snare drum on beats 2 and 4 and the Av 2 and the Av 4. This is the same beat as we played in one of the previous lessons when I was just playing my right hand on the hi-hat, left hand on the snare. So all I'm doing is moving that to different voices with my right hand on the low tom and my left hand going between the snare drum and the high tom. Exercise 2 is one of my favorite tom beats. It's just simple 16th notes around the drums. Now I've simplified it a little bit for you here, but once you get comfortable with it, feel free to add some hi-hat with the foot or some added bass drum stuff. Number 3 is a little bit more complex. You can see on beat 1, I have a dotted eighth note. Now this is worth 3 16th notes. So the second note on the high tom comes on the Ah of 4. So it starts 1, E, and Ah, 2. Just make sure you start this slow and count it out loud to make sure you're playing it correctly. Exercise 4 is a little bit more difficult as I'm playing straight 16th notes with my right hand on the floor tom. Then I'm inserting 32nd notes with my left hand on the high tom and the mid tom. For this exercise, I've slowed down my metronome to 90 beats per minute so you could hear all those note subdivisions. Now you might not want to use exercise 5 as a groove for a whole song. It'd be a good idea to use it for a bridge or maybe just a short 4-bar phrase. It's a straight single stroke roll, right, left, and then on the 2 E and Ah, I go the snare on the 2, E, and Ah. So my left hand hits the low tom and comes underneath my right hand. The same thing happens on beat 4. So watch as I demonstrate, and then you can take it to your kit. Now there are millions of different combinations of tom beats. I've written out 5 of them to give you some ideas. Once you've mastered these, you can come up with some of your own.